All right, everybody, welcome in. This is another Stormgate cast. I'm Algorithmore, and this is going to be another cool map out there in the custom maps made by Rick Mary. This one, it's called Corrupted Temple, and we've got a few map testers today. This is going to be Matt, also a map maker, a very prolific one, and his opponent. At least for this testing, this will be Cryptron. And this map actually comes with a couple of cool, interesting features. You probably see already on the mini map, there's sort of a nice base progression. There's some double Ethereum. There are Stormgates on this map in a nice, cool little pattern. And but there are also creeps on this map. I guess we can't see the actual creeps themselves. But most of the creep camps that I understand, except maybe the vision camps, provide you with little mercenaries, maybe kind of like a MOBA, just some units you can't control that will roll across the map and attack your opponent. So Rick's experimenting with a couple things. We have the creep mechanics in the game. Might as well see if they still are worthy of anything. Some people really don't like them, others do. I think in part it depends on what your favorite game is. If your favorite game, like me, is Warcraft 3, you might be like, okay, there's room for creeps in this game. But if your favorite game is StarCraft 2, you might be like, what's that and what are those for? We do have a Lancer coming over here. While it looks like there was a little bit of creeping, maybe? I don't know if the creeps are available yet. I think they might wait until the first Stormgate. I'm not sure when they spawn. That's just to make things, I think, a little bit fair in the early game. And this single Lancer came in to try and do a little bit of harass, but forced away by Cryptron. Maybe I'll mention that Cryptron, at least as far as I know, is normally a Vanguard player. At least the first few times that I've played games with him, free-for-alls and such, he's often loaded in as a Vanguard.
Dimensional rift detected. A Stormgate will activate soon.
But is playing Infernal right now in this game. And maybe he's trying that out, or maybe this is his main, and I just didn't know he was off faction before. Whereas Matt, I think, is a Vanguard player, even though in our last match, I think he played
A Stormgate has appeared.
This is actually our second match on this map. And hopefully this game will be as good as the first one, because it was actually quite good. This Stormgate spawns in the middle of the map. There are some interesting, like, rocks here, but I think or maybe the rocks are here. There's some rocks that you can knock down to get into the middle to lessen the rush distance, I think. But we're gonna fight over the Stormgate, little tug of war. Started as a tug of war, and now it's a straight up fight. Brute's going down. Lancer's about to start going down. Couple do. A few phantoms spawn, but one or two phantoms is not really enough to turn the tides here, as Lancers deal with them very quickly. But Lancers go down, and Hedgehogs are forced to at least pull back for the moment. Another Lancer shows up, and they turn in and decide to continue to get in, as long as they got a tank there. Unfortunately, one of the Hedgehogs does go down, and Cryptron is getting the upper hand here. A few of his units are focusing on the Stormgate. In fact, gets a few more rounds of shots on the Stormgate. Almost won it. He wisely takes his stronger brutes and circles them around while his Gaunts are trying to finish off the Stormgate. I think he just won the Stormgate there. Maybe not. There we go. There we go. Finishing it off. But the battle continues. And what do we get? We get a creeping horror. And that means that the Hedgehogs want to retreat. You see here how it has this slowing effect? That means that the kiting ability is kind of negated a bit. Ooh, whoa, very nice snipe on the creeping horror. And Cryptron is going to move back Matt in pursuit, trying to kill some weak brutes. But more units have shown up for Cryptron, so he is rallying across the map and trying to get some of those split brutes on top of the hedgehogs. But the hedgehogs stay alive for now, even the few weak ones. Now we got some going down. The weak ones in the back behind. And we get a servo in for Repair-O-Matic, and that will heal them up. Oh, that's a brave weak one who's going straight out first. Get home and get healed up. Few fiends. Get cleaned up there, and then a couple sentry posts going down to try and defend this third base, which gets scouted. Now, I do think Cryptron's been on the third base for a bit here. And yeah, it's sneakily going for a fourth down here. Now we see these creeps have spawned. So I do think they came in after the first Stormgate, maybe. And there is rocks here, we notice. So you can break down these rocks and make this distance a little easier, wherever that goes. Enriched Therium here.
Dimensional rift detected. A Stormgate will activate soon.
So here's our first creeps going down, I think. So Cryptron gets them in it, and again, I think they're just homing creeps, homing
A Stormgate has appeared.
units. Matt has gone and tried to get a fourth base up here at the top. Cryptron's headed here to the Stormgate, but so is Matt, and we're going to get another battle over this. I wonder if it'll be as good as the last one. We do have stun and charge out for the brutes. We didn't see any effigy go down yet, and because Cryptron won the first one, Matt is going to have the upper hand in this Stormgate battle. Remember that he's going to be dealing double damage to the Stormgate because of that. However, we're fighting toe-to-toe right now. The brutes in the front still standing up pretty strong, and we've got phantoms and fiends playing that front line so the Gaunts can get in there and kill off a lot of those hedgehogs. A lot of them are still weak. One actually goes down to the curse. And the Stormgate is once again going to Cryptron, although the hedgehogs come back in. A couple more go down. Actually, they're all going to go down here. Matt has committed a lot here. He is... Oh, the Weaver goes in and snatches one down. That was probably a mistake because the Vulcan just showed up. Weaver, of course, having to have a cooldown and get that energy back. I think it's 25. I think the Weaver might be able to lash. Might be 50. In any case, they're just trying to tug-of-war it right now. There we go. Looks like it's a 50. And the Vulcan does get away, but the Hellborn should be able to get it. Oh, you gotta target it. You gotta target it. Wow, it escapes with the Nanoswarm. Stormgate not captured? Is that what happened? Looks like it. It's a weird look. The Hellborn was right underneath the Weaver there. Of course, Weavers can walk on top. Sorry for that. My phone. EPD boops. Matt captures this, and again, a vision camp. Haven't seen those for a patch or so. Used to be an important part of the game. Matt's gone ahead and, or sorry, Cryptron's gone ahead and got this top base too. And actually, it looks like maybe I missed out there. Those fire giants, oh, went and killed that base. And then the fire giants are fighting other fire giants. That's kind of a cool thing, I guess, if you like watching robots fight. I thought there was going to be a little engagement there, but it looks like all we have is this robot fight going on. Who will win? It's kind of a curious, they're sort of both on top of each other. Maybe they'll kill each other at this. Oh, perfect. Kill each other at the same
Dimensional
time.
rift detected. A
I love
Stormgate
it.
will activate soon.
Now Cryptron's coming in here. This is for the moment a really nice attack, but look at this. He's gonna get sort of pushed in up against Matt's base. Now if Matt has enough here, he might be able to do something, but actually it's
A
Cryptron's
Stormgate has
reinforcements
appeared.
now that are coming in and giving the hammer and anvil a treatment right back. And it's now Matt that's kind of getting flanked. The Hellborns walk away. They are getting harassed by the Hornets, and the Hornets, of course, are really strong against the Infernal, who doesn't have a lot of anti-air. All the Gaunts are down, and the Hellborn are left defenseless for now. Another Vulcan comes out and pulls back to the Repair-O-Matic. Rampart on itself, using its reinforce on itself. And here comes a dragon, which, I like the idea here, but there's no anti-air. The dragon itself is okay anti-air. Here comes the Shadow Flyers. But you need the dragon now to follow up on those weakened Hornets and try and finish them off. The Hornets are really the main thing you want to be focus firing on here if you can. There's one going down. And another. But this base is looking like it is over. Cryptron doing what he needs to do here to push into Matt's base. And Matt hoping, got double Repair-O-Matic here, a few more Hornets out. Hoping to maybe take down that dragon, but the Hornets, they're not enough. Even though they're that air superiority, if the ground army is as big as this one, then it doesn't really matter. You can't kill the ground units fast enough. And now we're starting to see mech bays going down. Servo's just unsure what to even do, running around in circles. Look at this Vulcan, Hero Vulcan, so completely surrounded, gets the reinforced. It's just going to live forever, but can it possibly kill enough units to defend here? It can't shoot up, so it won't get the dragon. And as soon as that reinforce is done, you know it's going to go down to some focus fire. Another Hornet out. It unfortunately goes down pretty quickly. Wow, that Vulcan stayed alive for so long. That was really cool to see, but in the end, even the Vulcan goes down. I think Matt's going to have to tap out of this one. Don't want to call it for you, Matt. What's he got? He's got a few more Hornets. Got a flat cannon. What's he gonna do here? Uh-oh. What is that? Big old Papa. I don't know what that is, but he's a scary monster. And Matt calls GG, knowing the scary monster was on the way.